All right, everybody, welcome to the call today. This is Scott Pierce at Listings to Leads, and sorry for a little bit of a delay. The GoToWebinar was not allowing me to share my screen. We are now good. So again, let me know during the call here if it goes out or anything, if we have any issues as we're working through this. So we're going to be covering FSBOs and one of the funnels, investors offering pennies on the dollar, right, which is a great funnel. So for FSBOs, I'm going to go to landing pages. And this is something, if you got a service like MyPlusLeads or RedX, you can even go to Zillow. In fact, you can go to listingstoleads.com/FSBO, and you will come up with our FSBO training. And so here is a recent webinar. We got FSBO landing pages. And so we're going to create this landing page. And when we do, we're going to get all the great marketing tools for us so that we can engage FSBO homeowners. And you could literally do this with me on the call. And whether you go a free route, look up on Zillow, look up on Craigslist, look up on FSBO.com, and go out and engage these FSBO homeowners, offering them all the same marketing tools that you use to market homes for absolutely free. And it's just a service. Now, this is a little bit of a role play here. It's just a service that you provide local homeowners in the area that are selling their home, whether it's with you or not. As you can see the landing page here, FSBO, folsom.fsbosellingtools.com. We got about 5 or 6 different domains that you get to select from. And so the idea is we're going to use the different marketing tools. We got emails, we got print flyers, postcards, door hangers that we can get this offer in front of the FSBO. We got coaches that actually train on this. It can work so well for people. And so the idea is the homeowner is going to ask for some different marketing tools. They can market their property and get it sold. And you are able, I'm going to walk you through how they can add their listing to your account. You can add their listing to your account. And how that all works is when I showed this to one of the coaches about a month ago, they literally flipped. They had no idea that this worked this way. So check this out. So here's a landing page. And so a FSBO homeowner is going to land on it again from a print flyer that you could print and door knock or drop off this afternoon. And you could get a great lead. And I've had people tell me that they love the offer so much, but they're at the end of the rope. And at this point, they just want to list their property. And because you've got the 100-point home marketing plan from Listings to Leads, right, you get the idea. So let's just walk through this. So the homeowner, they get your print flyer, they scan the QR code or they go to the URL and they see your offer, selling your FSBO home on your own, select your marketing tools, and they can say, yeah, you know what I want. And this is all completely editable. So I can make whatever offer here I want. And then they click, I want these free tools. And I'll just say Larry Pierce, just so it comes up as a little bit different. I'll say 121 Tomlinson Drive, phone number. Now, look at this. Do you have photos of your property? Yes or no? Yes. Oh, I got photos of my property. So I'm going to hopefully find a photo of my property quickly. So we go pictures of homes. And here they can upload as many images as they want. So if they got all their images, they can upload them here. I'll just upload one for sake of time. So there's an image, send images, boom. Now here, check this out. Enter your property information. So the address autofilled 95630. And I'm listed it for $478,000. So you get the idea, right? This is the homeowner. And I've got 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 1 half. Living area is about 2,800 square feet. I built in 2003. You get the idea. They can add custom features. They can drop in the property description, some notes, send property information. And check out what happens. When I go to my listings page, first of all, I just got a lead notification. Yep, just got the lead notification that Larry Pierce has requested marketing tools. Awesome. And then I come in here and check this out. May 1st. May 1st, we got 478, FSBO Draft, 121 Tomlinson Drive. I'm gonna go ahead and click on the property address. And so, yeah, again, I just got a lead notification as the agent letting me know that Larry Pierce has filled out the landing page. I come in here and I can check all this out here. But this is where it gets really good. Marketing tools. So I can approve this and it will automatically send him all the marketing tools, not even just the ones he asked for. It's going to send them everything. No matter what, they're going to get everything. And here's the email. So as soon as I approve this, Larry Pierce gets this email, and I can edit the email. And you can see there, they're going to get their virtual tour, single property website, a social media post for Facebook, a video script if they want to do a quick video, a print flyer with QR code. And you can also send them some other things if they want. It's available there for you. Here's the link to the virtual tour. I mean, look at that. It's all done for you. You didn't have to do anything. There's my property description. You got Google Street View. Right, look at that. Just awesome. Larry Pierce there on the bottom. Your information is nowhere on here. That's all of my information right there. They got the single property website. Here's a Facebook post. And now when you approve it, it's going to change to just FSBO. So it won't say FSBO Draft. It just says FSBO Draft here because there's a reason for that. And that is because sometimes when you talk to a FSBO homeowner and you offer them the free marketing tools to market their property, they may be a little bit standoffish because they think that's going to be a massive uplift for you and it's going to obligate them to name their firstborn kids after you and all this great stuff. But we found out when we made the offer for a draft copy of these tools, then the acceptance rate doubled. It was absolutely amazing. And so again, that's why we've got that status called FSBO Draft. And you'll see that a little bit later again. And then again, I can send a test email to myself to see what it looks like, make sure it looks good. I can edit the email and I can send FSBO Draft tools to seller. So this is like on approval. So if I wanted to, I could either send this, but probably what I'm going to do, if they filled out the landing page, I'm just going to click approve. Yes, approve, send email. And now that's going to send that email to the client. Absolutely awesome. And so now they're going to get all these tools. I've still got access to them right here. So if they call me up and they want, hey, can you send me the Facebook post information again? No, you can just look at that. For sale by owner in Folsom. This is my prop. So there'd be more here if that was filled out like normal. But now I've got access to all the tools that I can share with them in the future. So postcards and door hangers, right? An e-flyer. If they want to send out an e-flyer, the single property website, maybe they lose the link. Who knows what happens, right? People, all sorts of crazy things happen. But it even keeps getting better because now I've got, look at that. I've got the landing page and the marketing presentation, the flip book, the 26-page PDF, so that when they are ready to have me talk to them about actually listing their home and getting it sold versus just playing around as a real estate agent, I've now got everything I need to go meet with them and talk about how I'm going to market their property to actually get it sold as a professional. And click download, fill out their information right here. And they are going to get, and this could take about a minute or two for the initial presentation to be created. Because what we are doing is we are taking, in fact, I'll show you, let me show you with another FSBO listing that I've got. If I go back to the dashboard, you will see that I've got another previous FSBO listing, right? For sale by owner. And if I just click marketing tool, right, here's the flip book. And so we're creating that for the other listing, but here's for a different FSBO that I've got. Here's my flip book, and look at that. Their home is on every single page. And when they scan that QR code on page 14 or 15, a single property website looks beautiful, the flyers. When they scan this QR code and they see their property come up on their phone, ready to be marketed by a professional and actually get it sold, I'm telling you, this makes your life so much more easier. Here's the PDF. And so you can download the PDF. And this is great because sometimes you want to present on a tablet with a flip book. You may want to print it. For example, sometimes people will print this and bind it. And actually that way they can mail it or they can present it face-to-face, person-to-person. And this is just the PDF version of the flip book. So you got options on how you want to present this. And as I mentioned before, we got the landing page as well. So pretty slick, very sweet. But now here's the issue. We want to get people to that landing page. We want to drive people to our landing page so that we can convert them. Even if they don't fill out their property information, they'll still fill out the landing page and we can reach out to them and get all the information, no problem. So let's do it. Let's go to landing pages and see how easy this is to set up. I mean, to be honest, this feature right here is really worth the entire money for this program. And this is, to me, this is almost a no-brainer. So come in, create landing page. In the drop-down, add landing page and select FSBO. All the different landing pages you can do this with. Landing page name. I could say Pierce Home Selling Team, or I could say Scott Pierce, or I could say Folsom. Create landing page. So whatever for the landing page name, just put something that makes sense so that so check this out now. When I click view, Folsom 2292. So let's do this. Let's go back and domain. And I do a lot of these. There's only so many domains available. So let's see here. If I do Folsom, can I do? Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right. So if you see the domain that you've selected is a little bit odd or you want to change it up again, under the edit domains, you can edit it however you want. And now when we look at it, we got Folsom, FSBOAgentTools.com. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Selling your Folsom home on your own, select your marketing tools. Boom, bada bing. We walked through this just a minute ago. Now let's talk about a couple of edits that you can make to the landing page just so you can customize it and make it as beautiful as you want and some of the different options that you have. And then let's walk through how to get this in front of FSBOs, because literally somebody on this call could have a listing signed next week from doing this right here. So check this out. Here we go. Folsom. All right. You see all the text on the cover page. I can change the image. So this right here, tools image, that is this image right here on the left. You may want to, if you're good at Canva and you want to go in and create a different template for this, you can upload it and you got a gray page. For the background, you can do an image, a video, or just have a solid color. So if I do image, and now the landing page is not specific to a listing. So somebody mentioned that or somebody got into the mastermind group the other day and they asked a question and they made it sound like they were assuming it's one landing page to one FSBO homeowner. No, this is one landing page to all the FSBOs in our area. All right. So I will just select another image. In fact, I don't think that's going to work. Let's see if that works. And oh, perfect. Okay. I'm only doing that just to show you about changing the image. I probably wouldn't use that image myself necessarily, but let's go to the lead form. And again, here's all the options. And remember I mentioned that you may say, hey, you know what we do? We're going to offer walkthrough video. We also do staging consultations. You get the idea? So step 2, again, form fields. What information are you collecting from them? Is it required or optional? Click save. And then we got the autoresponder, and everything is set up. There's nothing you need to change here. I'm just showing you where things are, but none of this do you need to even think about. If you touch nothing under edit, you would be just fine. So let's go now to marketing tools. So we got the page set up the way we wanted to. And keep in mind that the marketing tools are uniform across landing pages and different things like that. So you're going to see the option to do a Facebook or Instagram ad. I would not do that. That's not where this part shines. You could, or if you wanted to do an ad, but I wouldn't. So I'm not even going to show it because I don't want you to think I'm approving you of doing one. If you want to do an ad and you don't know how to do it, get with our support team. Google ads, I don't know. You could. I don't know too many people that have done Google ads on this, but to be honest with you, I would be a little bit curious because if you figure it's a very small niche, I don't know that I'd spend $20 a day. I might even try. So if we go location, because there are people that are going to type in how can I sell my home on my own? How can I sell FSBO? They want to save money. They're curious about doing it. And so doing Folsom, we got the landing page all set up. We got a budget of $50 a day. That's a pretty healthy number for this kind of a niche. Now, normally a Google ad budget of $10 a day will produce absolutely nothing. But with such a small niche like this could actually be something that would work out pretty well. If anybody's going to try it, let me know later how it works out for you. And I may find someone that wants to do FSBO and work with them on that and test that because that might be a nice idea. But Facebook and Instagram ad, I certainly would not do. Social media post, I wouldn't do either. So social media post, you can, but I wouldn't do the social media post because again, I don't want people thinking I am promoting the idea of marketing your home as a FSBO. Does that make sense? Now, if somebody already is a FSBO, then hey, I'm going to come in and I'm going to offer, like I said, I'm going to offer the free marketing tools for them so they can get their home. So I want to add value. I want to help them out. I'm not going to come across and tell them that they're stupid for going FSBO. That is not a great way, or that is not a great way to endear yourself to those people. But offering them a free set of marketing tools. And so let's get into that right here. So one of the tools will be an e-flyer. So when you go to listingsoleads.com/FSBO, and we walk through all the different free and paid ways of identifying and finding FSBOs, right? Whether you're on Zillow, a website like FSBO.com or other websites, you check out Craigslist, right? There's a lot of different ways, Facebook Marketplace. So there's a lot of different ways to find FSBOs. And now once we identify who is a FSBO, and I've got My Plus Leads here. So here's another source. So My Plus Leads, right? Every day there's new FSBOs and expireds. So today here, there's 5 new FSBOs. That's 5 new. Now, 2 or 3 of these homes may be complete garbage that I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. And that is totally fine because getting these tools to the FSBO homeowner is so easy. And if you use a print flyer in the email, it's free. Hey, even if there's only a couple a day that are worthwhile for me, that's totally fine. So you see here, there's 5 came through My Plus Leads on May 1st, 1 on the 30th, 3 on the 29th, 13 on the 28th. Wow. Now we've got We got a similar landing page and funnel for expireds. And we're not offering free marketing tools to an expired, obviously, but we got a different offer for them. And here we got 96, 9, 18 on the 29th, 6 on the 28th. So a lot between FSBOs and expireds. There's so much opportunity. Now, I cannot go into My Plus Leads and start showing you contact information of people. That's not really appropriate. And plus the video on YouTube would get knocked out. They wouldn't even share it with people. It would actually get taken down because they would find out that I was showing personal information of people. But when you're using My Plus Leads, you have access to their email address, phone numbers. You can augment it if you got the account where they will run it against the email or the do not call list. So there's a lot of great ways that you can get their contact information. And so the first thing you might do is you might call them up. And so here is a script where if you sent out either direct mail or email or print flyer, here's a version of the script. If you didn't yet, then you can use this version. And so the first thing you might do is you might call that FSBO homeowner up if you can, and just introduce yourself. Hey, my name is Scott Pierce. I'm as a local homeowner selling your home as FSBO. I just want to see if I can offer you a free set of marketing tools, the same that I use. If you are interested, just go to folsom.fsboagenttools.com, and you're going to be able to select all the different marketing tools that we offer, including a walkthrough video that is proven to get a lot more views than just a regular Facebook post that you may have done in the past. And a video that I can do for you will really help you get a lot more views on your property. This is a free service I offer local area homeowners selling their home as FSBO in Folsom. If you'd like to get a copy of these tools, go to the website, or you can call me back at 888, whatever your phone number is. So the phone call might be the first thing I do. The next thing I do would be the email. And so what I would do is I would take this email, copy it right there, and I would set it up as a template in my CRM. And so that way, every time I've got a new, here, in fact, I'm going to have to move this over. Otherwise, I will show personal information. Let me just get to where I want to go. We're going to go to the email. So give me a second here. Again, we've actually done that before where we accidentally showed private information, and YouTube, they will knock you off. So anyways, so get the email, right? Let's see here. eFlyer for your database. So get that email into your CRM and make sure that you got that ready to go to send to people, because in the email, in fact, let me send a test email to myself and we'll take a look at it. And if I click send test email, let me bring it up from my other monitor. Let me just refresh. There we go. Looks beautiful. There we go. So get this to that FSBO homeowner. Right? Look at that. Folsom, FSBOagenttools.com, or whatever the domain is that you selected. And you can edit this email. They're going to click. The landing page just popped up on the other monitor where my email is, but look at that. There you go. So that email, get the email to the FSBO homeowner. And then the next thing I would do is I might do the print flyer. And here's what some of you should do today. Find all the FSBOs, print the flyer, and go out and door knock. If they're not home, leave the print flyer behind. Super easy. If you're busy, you don't need this, then don't worry about it. You can you can leverage this other ways, but I know there are some of you that are sitting there and you don't have buyers that you're actively working with. Maybe you don't have a listing that you're currently marketing right now. So this is a great way to start engaging people that ostensibly do want to sell their home. So just print this up. Just print it up and go out there, door knock. We've got the FSBO seller script that you can leverage, or if you got a different script you want to use, But the idea is we need to we need to get ourselves in a position to offer value, right? That's why people hate, that's why agents hate Zillow, because it takes out a lot of the value that as the agents we used to provide. So what are other ways that we can provide value? This is one of them. And this is a great one. And this is one that, when you're normally generating leads, leads, who knows, right? Not a lot of leads are looking to sell right now, but we know the FSBO is, we know the expired wanted to, and they would probably still like to. And we got the whole expired training similar to this, but yeah, get that print flyer. We got this version. And again, I could upload this into, not, you wouldn't mail out a print flyer, but look at that. Beautiful. Scan the QR code, right? You got the domain, FSBO, or folsom.fsboagenttools.com. So the domain's going to give you a lot of authority. Beautiful print flyer, custom offers. Awesome. We got postcards and door hangers. Beautiful. Look at that. You can print and mail right from here. Or what I would do is I would set up an automation and I would just put that into Mailbox Power. Oh, look at that. So beautiful. For sale by owner, just because you're selling your Folsom home yourself doesn't mean your marketing has to suffer. Go to folsom.fsboagenttools.com. Beautiful. We've also got the door hangers. This might be something where door hangers take about a week to get in. So if this is something that you want to implement soon, I wouldn't even do the postcards. I would just do the print flyers and the door hangers. And that way, every week I'm going to go by with either a print flyer or door hanger until they tell me to stop bothering them. And it's the same idea with the expireds too. I want to be trying to touch base with them as much as possible. Keep the list in your car so that when you're going into showings, you're going to inspections, you're going to the cafe, you're going to a meeting, and you got an expired or a FSBO in that area, I would just drop off. I would just park my car, walk up to the door. I would knock on the door. If they answer, phenomenal. I've got my script. I've got my print flyer or the door hanger. Make them that offer, right? An offer they can't refuse. Again, this is where I mentioned earlier, if you actually are talking to somebody and you're talking to a homeowner, a way that we got to double the number of people that accepted the offer for the free tools doubled when we referred to the fact that we could show what they look like as a draft. And then if they like them, hey, you know what, then I can send them to you. But if you don't like them, then no problem. And just by using that word draft, it really it doubled the number of people that asked for and used the tools. Is that clear for everybody? Makes sense? It's very straightforward. But the goal is, what's the primary goal here? The goal is to get a listing, but what do we need? We need to get the conversations going, right? We need to understand what is that massive value proposition that we are offering people. And that massive value proposition is all of these great marketing tools. These are the same marketing tools that I, as a professional, use to get homes sold. And I'm offering them to you for free, just as a service for local homeowners. All right. If you decide at some point you are not able to get the home sold yourself, or you're just tired of doing it, we can talk then. And the beautiful thing is, when that time comes, hey, you got the listing presentation all ready to go. Back on the listings page here, right? We got the listing presentation already ready to go. 121 Tomlinson Drive. That is the home of the people that we just sent the marketing tools to. Here's my flip book. And what's awesome is, check this out. Prepared for Larry Pierce at 121 Tomlinson Drive. That's his home. And that's his home on every single page in here. Now, if I wanted to go meet with Larry and change this, right? Let's say Larry goes, Scott, you know what? I'm done selling my property as FSBO. I want you to come by and talk to me about listing my home. You could come in here and change the status from for sale by owner to listing presentation. It's probably not that important one way or the other, to be honest with you, because they will, of course, be fixated on the gorgeous marketing presentation, whether it's the PDF, whether it's the flip book. You could even send them the landing page and say, hey, if you want to see my marketing proposal for you, just go ahead and click on this link, right? You can fill out the landing page and you can access your personal home marketing plan, your 100-point home marketing plan to get your home sold for top dollar. So you got all of these tools just dialed in. And again, same thing for expired. So for those of you, if you're doing FSBO and expired, or you're just doing expired but not FSBO, we got these same tools essentially for expired. It's just the value offer is different from the free set of marketing tools. I wonder if any expireds ever do go FSBO. So let's see, there's a couple more things. One more thing for FSBO. If you need, so let's say you got FSBO leads and you want to have more value propositions to stay in front of them with, there is a PDF guide for FSBOs. So if I go to the PDF guide section right here and I type in FSBO, you will see for sale by owner. So there's a complete PDF guides, English and Spanish. And this is a great guide to give to a FSBO homeowner. So you could print this up and take it to them. It just depends on how big of a splash, how much do you want to engage that specific property? There are things that I would do for some FSBO listings versus others, right? If it's a double wide trailer for $125,000, I'm not going to go out as much as I would if it was a $600,000 home in an area that is right in or right near where I already work. And so when there's somebody that I really want to make sure that, hey, what other arrows can I pull out? All right, what other value can I pull out to offer these people? This guide is a great one. And I've had great feedback from people on these guides. Again, there's a Facebook ad. Not sure if I would not do a Facebook ad. A Google ad might be interesting. Just turn that off. Anyways. So Google ad might be interesting, but probably not. Social media post. Again, probably not going to do a social media post because this is, again, more of a 1-for-1. There's a FSBO homeowner. And as you saw in My Plus Leads, it's not like there's 200 FSBOs every month. So there's not a big need for a one-to-many type of marketing campaign. This is more of a 1-to-1. So again, we got an e-flyer. We got an e-flyer that we can send to that FSBO homeowner, offering them the PDF guides. We've got a call script that we can call the FSBO homeowner. We got the print flyers for the PDF guides. And let's see that come up or not. But yeah, we got the print flyers. In fact, these print flyers I love them. I love the designs on these things. And let's see here. There we go. So for a sale by owner, right, get my PDF guide, different versions of them. I can just download JPEG or PDF. And maybe one week I go door knock to the FSBOs with the print flyer for the landing page. Maybe the next week I take this PDF and I door knock. Postcards and door hangers. So again, if I want to set up an automation in Mailbox Power or somewhere, I've got that. And then I've got another farm/circle prospecting script right here. So between the landing pages and the guides, you have got so many ways to engage FSBO homeowners in a way that's easy. So you're not sitting there trying to talk them into something that they don't want to be talked into. You're not going to start off animosity of telling them that they're stupid and that you can get them more money. Those are all great conversations to have down the road. but in the beginning with a FSBO homeowner, engaging them with a offer of free marketing tools. If they resist the idea of, if you get hesitation from them on that offer, right away come back with, I could send you a draft version and then you can see what they look like. And then if you like them, I can give you the actual real versions. And what's so cool about that is to do a draft, it's add listing. So if you have to do it yourself, you could do it through the landing page. In fact, I might do it through the landing page, or you could just come in here and go manual, and under status, FSBO draft. So if you need to, and I've had people do this. I've had people just take the initiative. Depends on the kind of person you are. I am this kind of person where, unless I'm going to go to jail for something or get completely fined, I will usually err on the ask for forgiveness versus asking for permission. And so what I've seen people do is they will come in here and they will actually add the FSBO listing. So that listing is in here, and then call them up, email, talk to them, and show them the FSBO draft version of all the tools. And so they don't even ask the FSBO homeowner, would you like a copy of free marketing tools to market your home with? They just actually do it. So always talk to your broker if you're not sure of how you can do some of these things. And keep in mind, we are not marketing the FSBOs. We are not putting our name on them. We're not putting our broker name on them. We're not putting our broker address on them. The tools will have the FSBO contact information here by default. So you can see here, FSBO contact information checked, include, always by default. Now, if you get a hot to trot FSBO owner and they just want the tools and this happens as totally as well, just do for sale by owner. You might want to start off as draft, just so you can add everything. Maybe you need to get a couple more photos. Maybe you haven't got the property description from them yet. There might be, you want to get started with it, but you don't want to trip off anything. So just start as draft, add what you've got, come back in here later, finish out adding the listing. And that could be true for listing. It could be true for anything. So in this case here, then I select FSBO draft. I'm going to send it to them, or just go straight to for sale by owner. Any questions on this? Anybody here actually I assume if you're still on this call, you either want to do FSBO or you are doing FSBO. So if you have any feedback on this, either as a person that goes after FSBOs, let me know, or you haven't gone after FSBOs, but you see how this could be a phenomenal way to get some listings in the door fast. And so what I want you to do, if you are not working with buyers or sellers right now, if your business is a little bit on the slow side and you've got time, come and create one of the landing pages. I can come here and I can say to search all my FSBO landing pages. And you see here, I've got a couple of Folsoms. That's funny. I can do grid view. So there's that landing page that we just created. And at a minimum, I want you to create the landing page. Don't worry about the edits. Like I said, you don't need to worry about anything. All you have to do is create the landing page, come right here to marketing tools, go to print flyers, select the one that you like the best of the print flyers, print it up, right? Find the 5 or 6 FSBOs in your area, or 10 or 20 of them. And I would spend a couple of hours driving around and door knocking with this print flyer, engaging people, making an offer. All right. Making an offer to them. If you've got a service like MyPlusLead, you could also call and email. So we got the email, the e-flyer that I can send them. And we've also got the seller script. And in the Google Ads, I am going to do a little bit of research on this. FSBOs are such a niche, but what I am thinking is, if you think about it, probably like what percentage of homeowners do you think search for FSBO? Maybe I'll ask ChatGPT that question a little bit later, because it may be, I'm thinking, let's just say for every 10 FSBOs, maybe 30 or 40 people actually looked up, how do I sell my home as FSBO? So that's a question I don't know, but now that I'm asking it, I'm curious. Anybody else have any ideas on that or any questions? Because you could literally have a listing signed from doing this if you get enough of these out the door. So again, go to Zillow, go to Realtor.com, go to Craigslist, go to Facebook Marketplace, find the FSBOs in your area, make a list of the top 10 FSBOs that you want to grab, or go to a service like My Plus Leads, RedX, Prospect Boss, get all the FSBOs. If you're into doing FSBOs, do your normal thing. But if you're not, and if you're brand new to this, create the landing page, get the print flyers out the door. If you can find their email, send them the email and start offering massive value to these people, because there's going to be a few of them that are going to be more reasonable. I've had conversations with people where the relationship starts out pretty testy, but FSBOs can be a little bit of a curmudgeon. So that initial foray into them, they may be crotchety and they may be the type that just says, no, I can sell it myself. And hey, that's fine. You're not here to argue with them. You are only here to offer them a service that you make to everybody else. All right. I'm not singling you out. I'm not picking on you as a FSBO homeowner. This is just a service I offer everybody. So, I get it. If you don't want it, that's totally fine. But if you do, I'm here for you. Just let me know. Absolutely beautiful. And I can't wait. I know one of you is going to be getting a listing this week or next week. And I want to hear from you either in the mastermind group or ping me directly. So let's just a few minutes on investors, pennies on the dollar. This is a default landing page in your account, investors, pennies on the dollar. I'm going to click marketing tools. This would be a great ad to run in an area. If you got an area where there are older homes. So for example, if I'm in San Francisco, when I'm in south of Market is my area. Now these are mostly condos that are pretty new. Probably wouldn't work so well in that area. If you're in a mostly new construction area, this is not going to be a great ad. This is going to be something that I would want to run in areas where there are older homes. Because we had a client, a homeowner was being offered 50% of the value of the property. Thank goodness that this homeowner got in contact with the agent. The agent listed the property, used listing leads to get it sold, and got double what the investors were offering them. And so this is a sad case for a lot of people where the investors are much better in the follow-up than the agents are. All right. So investors tend to be very aggressive. And so some of these homeowners, maybe they don't ever have an agent to talk to. They don't know an agent. And so if you're able to put yourself out there, get yourself in front of these people, you could save these people a lot of money, right? A lot of money. Now, if they got to sell fast, a cash offer could be great from an investor or even from you. We got the cash offer funnel as well. And that is appropriate for some people because maybe there's a lot of work, right? There's a lot of deferred maintenance. They need to get it sold and they bought it in 1993 and getting half of the current value is actually fine with them because they're still making double the money and then get it sold in 2 days and they can move out whenever they want. So there are some cases where that's appropriate and you can make those offers. But here we want to make sure we get this in front of people in particular that have older homes. So they got the Google ad. Well, I don't know, we'll have to check on why that came up like that. But then we got the social media post. This is I would definitely do the social media post. Definitely do the social media post. I would use the short form video script. In fact, I got a client that he's going to be doing this hopefully today. He was looking for some video ideas. He's in an area that this would be perfect in his area. And so I told him, like, dude, just get this done. I want you to just, when you're at a listing or you're just out and about, if you need to, hey, throw your sunglasses on, put on a hat if you feel like you're too exposed or whatever, and just get this done. This is such a great script. You can either use it word for word or you can paraphrase into your own words. But if you're logged in on your computer, just click send and send that script to yourself. If you're logged in on your phone, you've got it right there. You can just copy it into a teleprompter app and get that out the door. Get that up on TikTok, get it up on YouTube Shorts, get it up on Instagram. And the QR code embed, not necessarily going to need those as well. Now, one more thing here, and this will just take a second under follow-ups. Two things. One, we just dropped an email blast yesterday. Where? Under email blast. So if you go to your email blast in your Listings to Leads account, let's see. Oh, right there. Oh, it's the very top one. Buy or sell now. This just dropped yesterday. And this is based on the new Case-Shiller report. I would make sure to get this out the door. You can use it, send it through KV Core, send it through Follow Up Boss, send it through Listings to Leads. This is the email. Let me click on the preview tab. So here's the email. Got your signature at the bottom. You can send a test email to yourself. And let me just bring that up real quick. 1 second here. We've got it. Awesome. Oh, it looks so good. So here's that email I just sent to myself. Hello, Scott. The housing market is shifting and the latest Case-Shiller home price index just dropped some important insights for homeowners and buyers. As you all know, we are not here to sell the market. All right. We're not here to raw and all that kind of stuff. We just want to give out information because the more trusted I am with people, the more conversations and the more trust and the more listings and the more buyers I'm going to be working with. All right. Don't get into the raw stuff. We don't want to be coming across with commission breath. We don't want people to think that we're trying to pressure them, because what we're just trying to do is have conversations. The more I can have great conversations with people, and this is phenomenal. What's happening? Home price growth is slowing. Top 20 metro areas just saw a 4.5% year-over-year growth in February, down from 4.7. Increases in the number of homes for sale with price reductions. Reply back to get my list of price reduced homes for sale. So we're throwing that in there automatically for a quick little relevant call to action for people. With buyers stepping back, market momentum is losing steam, but that's also where opportunity begins. Why this matters to you. For buyers, it's going to matter because there's less competition, which means there's more room to negotiate and a shot at a better value. And again, we got the reply back to get that list of price reduced homes. Obviously, this is fully editable, so you can edit it however you want. And then here we got this. What does it mean for the sellers? And then ready to make your move. Great graphic. Your Listings to Leads signature at the bottom. Great email. So I would get that out the door too. All you got to do is select a list. So you can just say, because it is appropriate for everybody, and click send. Now, I'm not going to do that because I am going to do that tonight on the call. So if you are not on if you haven't seen, we've got that was for this call. And I thought I put it, there we go. In the mastermind group, join us, StreamYard. We're going to be live today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. East Coast, right? 7, 6, 5, 4, depending on where you're at in the U.S. If you're overseas out of the country, it'll be at, again, 4 p.m. Pacific. Any questions before I let you go? I want to hear from one of you, from more than one of you. I want to hear from a few of you that you are going to be getting listings. All right. There's no reason why you're not able to get a listing from this ASAP. So let me know and we'll talk to you soon. Let me see real quickly here. Any questions? Oh my God, that's so funny. More people logging in. That's funny. That's awesome. That's funny. Any questions here before I let you go? Robert, you good? Alicia, Hugo, Larry, everybody else? I say, that stuff, everybody will be here all day. So just if you have any quick questions, I'll hang out for a few seconds. If not, thank you for joining us. And again, get to the mastermind group and get on that StreamYard call today, because that's going to be an awesome call tonight. Talk to you soon.